isn't. It's so cool.
It is their learning to spray. And they see the big boys. Pretty agile.
Hey there.
A lot bigger. But you can't get out and see
Very good. That's bad.
Yeah, a bit of assembly.
US 360.
Girls. Sometimes the females are really nervous and spread us boys. They'll do a bit, but give me well in advance notice for that. Plus the big boys aren't nervous for that. Just keep those hands behind the black handrail, thanks guys. Just behind the black handrail, cheers.
Sorry, darling.
I hope you to slip and lose
I
a
know,
finger.
right?
Thank you.
Sorry.
I won't think twice.
Oh, he's coming back. Hello, he's following you around.
Look at it.
So really good dynamics. You can see the young ones. Doing one that they are indeed well. Good opportunity for keepers to have a nice close look. If they notice any injuries or anything different, they can report closer to the vets.
Didn't even chew that one.
Sometimes they're a bit cheeky blowing the mesh.
Sure, he might still.
Species
He still might be learning.
Everyone got slave to each other.
Everybody does. Quick, before the
I
others
like
go.
to sit down here and look at people up on the platform and watch the kids walk past.
What is that? What's your favourite line here? Oh, it's really hard to decide. They're all. I do have a soft spot for Makina. She comes in the morning.
Not in a row. They still will get something. Go past the light quarters later, so they do get a reward for going into the night quarters.
Whoops, so do your brain.
So they'll just get like a turkey red, as opposed to a 6 or 7 kilo steak. Very rare steak where we can help feed them that main meal. But yes, there is definitely an age limit for that one. So the keepers have still got a little bit more food, so keep taking photos, enjoying their presence. Because funnily enough, when they run out of water, feel free to continue observing the lines, taking photos.
About why we do this Lions 360 experience and how lions are going out in the wild. People often come to this experience, they see the lions, they see our beautiful pride, but they don't realise that lions aren't actually doing too well out in Africa. To put it into some numbers for you, about a century ago there was 200,000 lions in Africa, but now the number's just above 20,000. So there has been a massive decrease in the number of lions. Now, there's a lot of different reasons for this. If you consider that lions are an apex predator, it means that there's nothing in the food chain above them that's doing this. Unfortunately, it all comes down to when lions come into conflict with humans, unfortunately lions are ending up worse off. So there's a number of ways that lions are being caught up in all sorts of illegal trades, and that's decreasing their numbers. There's things like the bushmeat trade, the poaching, trophy hunting, poaching, illegal bone trade, illegal pet trade. Unfortunately, they're caught up in all of it. But other ways that they're being caught up that you might not have realised is, unfortunately, they tend to take livestock pretty often. A farmer with a lovely, nice farm full of livestock is a pretty enticing treat for a lion, especially when they're doing it tough and they just want a big meal. And unfortunately, this means that they come onto farmers' lands and take their livestock. And then, of course, the farmer, their livestock is how they put food on the table for their families, and they might even decide to go out and control the lions' numbers and control them as a some sort of pest. So what happens is people often go out and poison whole prides of lions, or they'll set something called a snare trap. So if you haven't heard of a snare trap before, it's just a piece of wire fashioned into a noose. It's placed all around the habitat where people know that animals will move through. Sometimes people even bait the traps to attract carnivores to them. And basically what happens is an animal will put either a limb or maybe even their neck through this piece of wire, and then as soon as they do, it tightens really quickly and they can no longer get free. And the more and more they thrash to try and free themselves, unfortunately the tighter and tighter that trap gets. Unfortunately, it does mean that oftentimes they will starve to death, so they'll be there for a long time, or they'll be prey for another carnivore species. So unfortunately, there's a lot of bad things happening affecting lions, but that is why we have you all here, and we are going to tell you a little bit about how you can help. So Zoos SA, since we've opened this experience, we've partnered with the Zambian Carnivore Program. They are an amazing organisation going out on the ground and doing all sorts of conservation work to help large carnivore species. One of the things they do is they put tracking collars on whole prides of lions or other carnivore species. And what this means is not only they can get great data about what's happening and the movements of animals, but they can also track animals, and if an animal hasn't moved for a few days, they can send a team out to check on it. Maybe it's been caught in a snare trap and they're able to free it, or maybe, unfortunately, the animal needs to be humanely euthanized, and at least they can do that. If you'd like to make a more direct contribution, you can purchase the Lions 360 bracelets. There's a picture of them there. They're just in the visitor centre. When you go back, check out the gift shop. And the money on those bracelets goes directly to the Zambian Carnivore Program. So something to check out.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to take up too much more of your time, so we'll just say thank you so much for doing this experience. We really appreciate everyone who comes and sees our Pride of Lions. We hope you've enjoyed your morning, and we'll hopefully see you another time soon. If you've got any questions for us, feel free to ask, but otherwise I'll hand you back over to Jared, and you head out in the exhibit. Thank you.
Big thanks to our keepers as well.
And
A lot of hard work behind the scenes, of course, special keepers, Vince, horticulture team, that core group's always here looking after. Head on in for a closer look.
Let's go, guys. Break.
This afternoon, the Lions know that. So I'll probably hang out kind of around the dome, keeping up for the next delivery of Uber Eats. After the second one, they make their way down to the night quarters, because that's where dinner's served. Of course, it'd be great if we didn't need to have any zoos or anything. But now, massive habitats. And we know that our animals are happy and healthy because they feed well and they breed well. So we made indicators that keepers do that. Nice and easy. The dome, one of the inspirations for it was the shark diving experience down at Port Lincoln. So another great tour where animals come up and have a look at you. They do camouflage very well. Very unique souvenir.
around that area.
Jared,
Yes.
why don't you have lions and elephants?
Elephants, good question. So that area back there, we'll have a chat about again in a minute. Enough space, we have that. We've got enough water because we've got water holes in the wild Africa area. Currently, Africa aren't releasing any elephants. So all the elephants in Australia are Asian elephants. Plus the cost. Millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars for infrastructure and different things. Because we wouldn't get one, we'd need a big breeding group of elephants. We're a not-for-profit charity, unlike most of the zoos around Australia, which are government owned. But you never know. If they do become available, and we do get some generous funding, you never know. Firstly, we'll get 30 rhinoceros and hippopotamus back there, which will be exciting. But yes, cross your fingers like all the kids in Adelaide. Would be great too. I probably noticed the fluffy thing on their tail. That's a tassel. They're the only big cats to have those. And the black dots behind their ears as well. Together with the tassel, helps to show each other where they are when they're in hunting formation. That's it. Nice, slow, constant pace. You can see the boys over here. They're the ones that usually chase the bus.
Oh, the lion storm.
Is it?
As a joke that most of them are not standing. That's why they call them lions.
Which is twice as big as everything you see here today put together. And that'll make us the largest safari park in the world outside of Africa. So very exciting things happening in South Australia.
When is it opening?
Hopefully soon, hopefully a few months before the end of the year, which is great. Mr. Jerry Ryan from Jayco Caravans, he's helping us with that. So they'll eventually be able to stay overnight in your tent, in your caravan, that hotel, and high-end glamping. So something for everyone. Babies, and they've helped to create 2 litters, which is excellent. Probably in here, because one of the females is in season, giving her a bit of a rest. Mating can occur over 100 times a day. Shortly lived, but very frequent. It's been quite a bit lately, so later on you might have some educational tours for the young ones in Monarto. But you can see over here, they come through at night through these little tunnels, one at a time. Super slow again, thanks mate. So they'll come in for their main meal one at a time, get fed. Keepers can weigh the animals through there. Then the 3 big boys, you can see quite a bit bigger, 250 kilos they get to. Generally the bigger and darker the mane, means the more dominant they are, and the more attractive they are to the ladies. Yes. So we've seen a movie called Madagascar. King Julian and friends are back there. So private tour you can book into. And the island of Madagascar does not have lions. So the first time that our ring-tailed lemurs heard the roars of a lion, they were very surprised, to say the least. Obviously several fences allow us to say. Water, which will allow us to get the hippopotamus. They obviously need a lot of water. And 30 rhinoceros we're heading over there, so we'll actually be driving through 4-day safari tours, probably open style Jeep accommodation, transport, and very exciting times. So you guys feel through the visitor centre, so just double check you've got all of your belongings ready. And we're driving this safely through the lion habitat. Round of applause for John. Yeah, John Boy. And when you're walking around the park today, friends, try and stick to the paths. These people walking in the middle of the road, they're professional stunt people, so don't try that at home. We'll be back at the visitor centre shortly, so make sure you've got all your things ready. You'll have time to grab something to eat and drink. Jump on a Zulu bus. It takes about an hour and a half to see all the animals, and you can get off at each stop, which I would recommend. Each stop has animal viewing platforms, toilets, picnic tables. Eating are plenty, my friend, well spotted. And definitely get off at the outpost. That's where we have our meerkats, our wallabies, and our chimpanzees. So if you don't get it, please don't head to the right because there's lots of buses. Don't want any accidents, of course. Going to the left will also take you through our strategically placed gift shop. He's also a very talented artist. He's painted many animals he's worked with over the years, and they're in order of speed, kids. Let's see how many you can name. Tortoises at the back, cheetahs at the front. But head to the left, enjoy your afternoon, and I'll leave you with some soothing sounds from the water.
So we have all these animals. I think you need a long time to see every one of them. Oh, this is where I came and got something before we went. So you booked to go to the Victoria Falls.
No. That is on our bucket list.
That's
to go
good.
back.
That's
because
good.
I want to go back I want to do the gorillas in
Yeah.
the mountains,
Oh, okay.
and then go over to I can't remember. It's called Chimp Island.
Right.
But that's so. It depends on which way we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the falls apparently are pretty spectacular.
Yeah. You need to see the falls. Thank you.
And thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Have a lovely day.
Same to you. Oh, look at that. Another section. We'll be going for another tour. Bus. Reminds you of Israel where buses coming in and going. The full bus.
She's forgotten her ears though. So Monarto Safari Park is situated on the lands of the Narrandjeri Nation, and so we pay respect to Narrandjeri elders both past and present. Monarto Safari Park is a conservation charity which exists to connect people with nature and to save species from extinction. Now, if you have mobile phones with you, can I ask that you please turn them to silent, but keep them very handy, because I'm sure if that's how you take your phone, it's best left to when you get off the bus. But of course, sipping water, bottled water, is perfectly fine, as we want. They collect native seeds and propagate and plant the plants in the ground. This vine, you can see they've got very, very straight branches. Okay, one other special property of this tree is that it's resistant to whiteouts. And so there are many of the 36,000 posts that were put in the ground over an 18-month period still in good order today. Okay, so that was a very important project, because it opened up communication not only within Australia but around. And this rock is called limestone. Okay, so this presented a bit of a challenge to the farmers that farmed this land, and so they added to their farm income by collecting the limestone, crushing it, burning it, and making a product called quick lime. And so quick lime is a product like cement mortar, because when you mix it with water, it makes a bonding agent like our cement mortar, okay? And so they use that product, that quick lime, to bond all the rocks to make their dwellings, then their outbuildings and their fences. So in addition to that, any that they had left over, they would sell in the area and beyond. So they made very, very good use of that problem. that is Dry Creek. Okay, and you will not see a trickle of water in there, despite the fact that we've had a little bit of rain. It's an antelope, and sadly, this animal, the scimitar horned oryx, is extinct in the wild. Okay, this animal was able to defend itself in the wild because if it came under attack, it would simply, area which is about to open up next year, that's called Wild Africa, and I can tell you it abounds with animal life. There's just so many animals out there, it's incredible. Out on the door side there now, we're just passing our home to our chimpanzees, okay, which is just a short walk from our next bus stop, which we're approaching now. Now this next bus stop, the Outpost, was our former visitor centre until our new one opened just over a year ago, last March. Almost a year to the day. So here we are. We also have our meerkat and porcupine here. We also have a porcupine. No, you're going to walk over there and then come back here.
Okay, thank you.
So they said the bus passes there every 10 minutes. Thank this. Thank you. Banana. This was from a place where the visitor center before the new one. Here's some presentation there. Oh, this is a chimpanzee area. Oh, there are people everywhere. Look. When the buses, they are always coming and going. That's why they see buses pass every 10 minutes. And you can get into any bus. Look at it.
We're not sure who their dads are at the moment. Could be either Foxy or Safari, but we haven't got a DNA. When they were born, COVID actually hit, so we weren't able to swab test them, but we will eventually find out their parentage. Now we also have a little youngster in the back corner. He's our youngest male. His name is Happy and he's just turned 4 years old, so he's learning to climb. We can probably see him climbing on the mesh. Just like us, they don't leave their mum for a good couple of years Even in the wild, they will hang around in a troop till they're about 10. But the females will tend to move off when they're in their teens, but the males will always hang around in their own troop. We do have a few other more chimps in there, which are probably hiding down the bottom. We have the last chimp on the left-hand side with the bald arms. Her name is Zombie. She's our alpha female, and she's had 3 of our youngsters here. So now we do have a chimp at the back eating the cabbage lying down. Her name is Galatea, one of our adult females, and another adult female to the right. She's just being greeted by a big nest. Who pulled up that big nest? I think that's Enzi or Zuru. So chimpanzees like to make big nests in the wild. So they'll find a nice stable fork in a tree and they'll get big leaves and big branches and weave it together so they've got something stable to sleep in at night. Now, Enzi is making himself a big nest. So we give him lots of bedding, as you can see, and they will make it into a big nest, a little hole in the middle which they can sit in and make it nice and cozy and lovely to sleep in.
A big thank you to any returning or new viewer for watching this video. Please don't forget to watch the previous video before this one and other previous videos on this channel. If you have never subscribed to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe and also to like this video by clicking the thumbs up button and also by sharing this video with others. Please expect to watch some more wonderful videos coming from South Australia and of course not forgetting the Monarto Safari Park. May the good Lord continue to bless every area of your life. Shalom, shalom.